I am your host, Humza Sabir, and you're watching Mr. Darkman TV. Today, we dive into one of the most mind-blowing double lives ever lived. What if I told you that behind the flashing red and blues of a police cruiser, behind the radio calls, the danger and the duty, stood a woman who dared to wear 6-inch heels, walk the world stage, and redefine what beauty and bravery truly mean? This is not fiction. This is the true story of a police officer who became a queen, not just of New Zealand, but of hearts and headlines across the world. Welcome to the unbelievable journey of Abby Sturgin. Hit that like button, subscribe to Mr. Darkman TV, and stay with us as we unravel a tale where every turn is a revelation. Open in the gritty heart of West Auckland, the rainy streets flickering under the weight of police sirens. The camera follows a young constable stepping out of a squad car, stern, focused, uniform pressed, and body cam recording. Her name? Abby Sturgin, 28 years old, Kiwi-Laotian roots, and a badge number known to every criminal in Waitematā. But Abby's story doesn't end at the precinct. It begins after she takes off that badge. As the lens shifts, we cut to glittering lights, flashing cameras, and the grand Sky City theater stage. That same officer, now transformed in a shimmering gown and dazzling smile, raises a crown above her head. She has just been named Miss Universe New Zealand 2025, and the world gasps. In the paragraphs that follow, you will uncover Abby's hidden world, her late-night shifts filled with trauma calls, her childhood growing up mixed race in West Auckland, the legacy of her Laotian mother and Kiwi father, and how she learned to fight both on the streets and in the spotlight. Delve into her early modeling days, winning Miss Earth New Zealand at just 20, and how pageantry gave her confidence, but never at the cost of purpose. Explore her motives. Why does police officer risk public scrutiny to enter the world of beauty queens? Hear the backlash. Some saying she was too serious for sparkle. Others questioning how a frontline constable could waste time on dresses. But Abby didn't back down. Instead, she built her own narrative in the story. Show Abby preparing for the international stage in Thailand, where she will represent New Zealand in the 74th Miss Universe pageant. Her gown fittings, cultural identity debates, rigorous police shifts, and the charity campaigns she began for domestic violence awareness must weave into her larger mission. To prove that you don't need to dim your light for others to shine. Reveal private moments, her struggles with imposter syndrome, a near career-ending injury on patrol, and nights where she questioned her path. And then contrast it with her triumphant crowning moment, waving to the crowd, bouquet in hand, proudly representing both her nation and her badge. Interview-style flashbacks can bring voices from her colleagues, pageant rivals, and even childhood friends who remember Abby not as a queen, but as a fierce protector, a big sister figure, and a relentless dreamer. As the story arcs toward its climax, we follow her in Thailand, the glittering finale of Miss Universe 2025. But this isn't just about crowns and sashes. It's about standing up for women who feel unseen, unheard, and underestimated. End the story with her return to New Zealand, not just as a beauty queen or a cop, but as a national icon. Use a cinematic narration style to show how her journey changed the way people saw women in uniforms, pageants with purpose, and the raw power of authenticity. She walked both runways and crime scenes. She wore a crown and carried a badge. Abby Sturgin didn't just rewrite the rules, she burned the old script and became the headline. From the rainy streets of Auckland to the spotlight of Thailand, she taught us one truth: that strength comes in heels or boots, in lipstick or law. It often whispered in quiet persistence. Abby was different from the beginning. Teachers noticed her sharp mind, her ability to lead a group without ever raising her voice. At school, she was the girl who could out-sprint the boys, captain the debate team, and still volunteer at the animal shelter on weekends. Her smile was warm but reserved, like she was saving her full light for the right moment. As a child, she admired uniformed officers from afar, watching them keep order during street fairs and public events. That admiration soon turned into a mission. Abby's journey into the police wasn't born from some Hollywood-style trauma. It was shaped by a million small injustices she witnessed growing up. The classmate who stopped coming to school because of family violence, the boy who was too scared to speak up about his bruises, the woman who screamed in an alleyway one night and no one came to help. Abby didn't want to watch anymore. She wanted to be the one people could call, the one who would come. She joined the New Zealand police at 25 after finishing her studies in criminal justice and psychology. The academy was grueling. Abby was often the only woman in her training group, and definitely the only one who carried eyelash perlers in her gym bag. But she could run as hard, fight as fiercely, and shoot as accurately as any of the men beside her. She passed with honors. She further said in an Insta story, "Even now, it still feels surreal to say, I am Miss Universe New Zealand 2025. This journey has been filled with moments of self-doubt, perseverance, and overwhelming gratitude. To my incredible friends and family, thank you for being my foundation. Your unwavering love and belief in me gave me the strength to keep going, even when I wanted to give up. You've shaped me into the woman I am today, and this crown is as much yours as it is mine." To the legendary VVV, your legacy inspires me every day, and I promise to honor it with grace and determination for your generosity and trust in me. To my fellow contestants, you are all forces of nature, and I'm honored to have shared this journey with such empowering women. I will make New Zealand proud in Thailand. And to my rock, at Emily Ironside, your support backstage was everything. This is just the beginning, and I can't wait to embrace what's next. Assigned to Waitematā, a district with its share of urban challenges, Abby hit the streets with a determination few could match. Domestic violence, theft, drug-related arrests, she handled it all with a cool head and a firm sense of justice. Victims remembered her not for her badge, but for her compassion. Colleagues respected her, not because of some grand gesture, but because of her consistency. But there was another part of Abby few people knew about. A quieter dream. One born not in violence or justice, but in lights and gowns. From the age of 18, Abby had dabbled in modeling, participating in Miss Earth New Zealand and winning it at age 20. But that world of pageants, heels, and sashes felt far from the blood-stained pavements and shouting matches of her police life. Still, it lingered. Years passed. Then, in late 2024, she read a headline that reignited something in her. Applications open for Miss Universe New Zealand 2025. It was a long shot. She hadn't modeled professionally in years. She had dark circles under her eyes from night shifts and permanent calluses from tactical boots. But something inside her whispered, "Why not? Why can't a cop wear a crown?" Epilogue. Abby Sturgin's story isn't just about beauty and bravery. It's about the audacity to be whole, to wear every part of yourself, proudly and without apology, to fight for others, even while fighting to be understood. From the rainy streets of Auckland to the spotlight of Thailand, Abby proved that the most powerful weapon a woman can carry is her story. She walked both runways and crime scenes. She wore a crown and carried a badge. Abby Sturgin didn't just rewrite the rules. She burned the old script and became the headline. From the rainy streets of Auckland to the spotlight of Thailand, she taught us one truth, that strength comes in heels or boots. The most powerful weapon a woman can wear is her story. Drop a comment below. Should Abby keep the crown or the badge? Or can she do both? Let's debate. Smash that like button if you believe women can be anything. Subscribe for more explosive real-life stories. Share this with someone who needs to hear you don't have to choose. This is Mr. Darkman TV, signing off, but the revolution, it's just getting started. If Abby's story moved you, like, subscribe, and never forget the most powerful weapon a woman can wear is her story.